Housing First approach argues that in order for people to address their mental health and addiction issues, they first need a roof over their head. So I went to learn more about this Housing First approach, its growth and impact. Here's the story.
Because I do beadwork.
When you've spent years sleeping on the hard concrete streets of LA, a bed might take some adjusting to.
I'll either sleep here on the floor or in the living room on the floor.
But after a lifetime of trauma, addiction, incarceration, and homelessness, 55-year-old Boyce Osef is finally adjusting. What it took was a home. He moved into this fully furnished apartment in Hawthorne almost 2 years ago.
That was the stability that I needed to start dealing with all this trauma that I had went through as a child.
That stable, permanent home has come from a nonprofit called Brilliant Corners. Chris Contreras is the chief program officer.
In order for anybody to really tackle issues that they may be experiencing, whether it be from mental health or addiction, or just needing to maybe stand up and find a job, we all need a home to do that.
Brilliant Corners runs LA County's flexible housing subsidy pool, a program where renters, referred to them by the county's Department of Health Services, pay 30% of their income towards rent, and the organization subsidizes the rest.
So we have a dedicated team that acquires units, market rate units from landlords, and we match those units to participants in the program.
It's not often that you see a health department so involved in housing, according to Chris. But a Rand Corporation study shows that housing is the most cost-effective solution to deal with the chronically homeless, whose use of emergency services and hospital visits cost taxpayers millions every year.
All right.
Since 2014, they've housed over 10,000 individuals across LA County.
Program participants who are coming into the Flex pool have an over 90% retention rate through the first year.
Local, county, and state governments are doubling down on this approach, as are nonprofits. The James Irvine Foundation just awarded Chris and Brilliant Corners a $250,000 grant.
It's going to help us expand some of our internal infrastructure to support more individuals statewide in a more efficient manner.
And that was on Christmas Eve.
This past Christmas, Boyce reconnected with his family. It had been years since they had seen each other. They opened presents and built a gingerbread house together.
All this hard work that I put in, that's the payoff of seeing healing take place, seeing the smile on my daughter's face, where not having to worry about what her dad's doing, you know. I mean, that in itself is to see that smile and say, I got my dad back.
How sweet it feels to be home. Brilliant Corners is actively looking for landlords with vacant units to join the program. If that sounds like you can visit brilliantcorners.org.